Hey, hello, and good morning. Welcome to Two Retired Guys in a Podcast. And this is your station for everything relating to retirement. Right, Paul?
Yep.
That's my buddy Paul. My name is Naresh. We're both retired. We've been retired for over a year. Paul's been retired for a couple of years, and I've been retired for just over a year. And, we talk about retirement, how we can all have a peaceful and quiet retirement. That's important. We've in the past looked at what financial steps you can take to have achieve a good retirement, health and lifestyle steps, you know. But there's overall steps that you can take every day, every week that will help you have a just a peaceful and quiet retirement. After all, we've all gone crazy working for 40 years, 30 years, 35 years, running here, running there, 9 to 5,
Yep.
got to be there.
Yep.
That's all gone. So let's simplify. Let's go over a few points to simplify your financial and every all other health, life, and everything. So just so you can have a peaceful, quiet retirement, low stress. Don't need
Yep.
stress anymore,
Yep.
right, Paul? So the
Oh,
first one
absolutely.
is the first one, biggest one, Paul, and simplify your financial life. Uh, the stuff that got it written down is financial stress is the enemy of peace. Before or
Yeah.
during early retirement, focus on creating financial simplicity. Pay off as much debt as possible, especially mortgages, credit cards, and consolidate investment accounts to make them easier to manage. Right, Paul?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, again, it's just, planning and like we talked before, just organizing all your finances, the budget, keep things simple. Like, how many bank accounts do you have, credit cards, all that stuff. Keep it simple now, less to look after, right?
Especially pay off debts if you can, mortgage and credit cards. And then when you have that credit card thing, you know, what I did was I just took it down to like two credit cards. That's all I have.
Yeah.
That's it. Sometimes I've seen people's wallets are like credit cards falling in. I got 10 credit cards in there, right?
Well, everyone has a credit card, like store wide. Like you can get gas credit cards, Canadian Tire credit card, different Visas, Mastercards, because that's a money grab for them, right? So, yeah,
Oh,
simplify
absolutely.
it. Find the best one you want, like if you want money back or points or whatever, if you want to use it, and keep it simple. One
Uh,
card to look after. You know.
If you can keep financial stress to minimum, that's a huge step, Paul,
Oh yeah, yeah,
towards
absolutely.
peace. You know,
Yeah.
so like only maybe one or two credit cards, one investment account that's focused on all your, now that you've retired, if possible, one or two maximum. You sit down with a financial planner, right,
Yeah.
to simplify your investments,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But you already know what your expenses will be. You already know what your income is. From here, it's just keeping your stuff simple. It's critical for peace of mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And the number two point that we wanted to see for you guys is declutter your physical space. Now, I went through this. A cluttered home can often lead to a cluttered mind.
Right.
Systematically go through your belongings and let go of things you no longer need. This not
Oh,
only
absolutely.
creates
Yeah.
it creates a serene living environment, reduces the burden of cleaning and maintenance. But I went through, I honestly I think my thinking is anything you haven't used in 3 years, anything you haven't worn in 3 years, used in 3 years, cups, this, that, get rid of them.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And you don't like you don't need as much, right? At all.
Yeah,
Like just what you need, right? If
simplify your space as far as
yeah,
clothing
I've gone
goes.
to
Well,
like within 6 months. If you're not going to yeah, get rid of it. Just and again, it's huge. Like if you have a bigger house, you might want to take some time to do it. But yeah, do a room a week or something. But yeah, declutter stuff, just organize, and that then you can see. Well, maybe we can downsize. Like
yeah, yeah. I mean, go. If you're single, do it yourself. But if you're married spouse, both of you go through each room together. And
Yeah.
clothing, sometimes like we get walk-in closets that are just packed full of stuff. Really, maybe take it to a charity, a Salvation Army, what have you. Just keep what you need. Like you really don't need that. In my case, like you don't need 30 suits or whatever.
Right. Not anymore.
20, 2 to 3 suits, and that's it. Maybe 3 or 4 dress shirts, a couple of ties.
Yeah.
Keep things simple. Declutter away.
Absolutely.
Furniture you have that you don't use, get rid of it.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
yeah,
You know.
declutter your space. That's a big one.
Yeah. Yeah.
That it gives you stuff to do, right?
Yeah.
You're not just sitting there. It's stuff to do, and it just renews your space. It renews you because you're getting, your where old life is gone. This is a new chapter, and I look at it as, so get rid of some of that old stuff,
Yeah. And it
right?
all of a sudden it looks like a new place.
It does when you don't have that clutter sitting there.
Hmm.
Third point that Paul and I looked at was learn to say no. In retirement, your time is truly your own. It is important to be selective about your commitments. Politely declining invitations or requests that don't genuinely bring you joy or fulfillment is a powerful way to protect your peace and quiet.
Yeah.
Only
Yeah.
go do things that will bring you peace of mind, not more stress.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Sometimes
Absolutely.
Sometimes you'll get invitations by people. Hey, drop by on Friday night. Drop by Saturday night. And if you don't feel like it, don't. You don't. There's no. You should be at a point. You're not in 20s or 30s where you gotta. If I don't go, my social circle is not gonna grow. This that. All that should be done by now. You should have,
Yeah.
and right, Paul. You should have 4 or 5 really good friends, and that's it. You could have more. It's up to you. But
Yeah.
you want peace of mind, then you gotta have to learn to say no. Because if you go to everything single thing that you get invited to,
Right. Well,
then you
this is
get
the
the bad.
time. Yeah. This is the time you want to do stuff, right? So, just pick and choose what you want. Right.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
Because if you say yes to everything, then you're running you're running all
Yeah.
over
You're
the
going to be
place.
tired.
You know what? And that's not what your retirement is for. Your retirement is for peaceful, quiet time.
Yeah.
With your spouse, with your kids. That's the most important, right?
Yeah. 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 I
Yeah.
agree.
So you know that's a big one. Learn to say no. Be very selective about your commitments. Number four, that goes kind of then when it's your own time. So cultivate quiet hobbies in your own time, right? Engage in activities that promote calmness and focus. This could be anything from gardening, reading, and bird watching, painting, fishing, going to the library, practicing meditation, yoga. These hobbies become a wonderful source of daily contentment. And it's absolutely 100% true.
Yeah. Like, well, and it doesn't have to be all day long. Just, pick your quiet time for an hour a day or something, or if you like to crochet or knit or whatever, or just quiet time, peaceful, no noise. You don't have the TV on the background, just quiet. Just have some quiet
Yeah,
time,
it, it's
you know?
it's critical. It's critical
It also
because
helps them,
uh,
also helps the mind, right? So, just if you like coloring, anything,
yeah,
a lot of adults
even if
color now.
it depends, like some guys, gals will say, well, my hobby is to go out and make sure I run every day. Yes, it's your quiet, as long as it gives you peace of mind, quiet. You're going out running, you
Right.
got your headphones on, whatever, or walking, or you go to the library, sit there and read, or whatever have you. Cultivate a quiet hobby that every day, or maybe even 3 4 times a week, whatever you can do,
Yeah.
and it brings you peace of mind, it brings you contentment. If it's going to yoga, great. Tai chi, whatever, you can do these things now. That's the thing, you can do
And
them.
quiet time is good stress relief, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There shouldn't be all these points that we're pointing out is to so you have as little stress as possible.
Yeah.
You've gone through your stressful life, right, Paul? Like you and I, when
Yeah.
run, I remember those stressful days, and that's like when you stop working. It's like a 10,000 pound weight that's been lifted off your shoulder.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
You know, Because you don't. So you have now the time to, as you said before, declutter your physical space, cultivate quiet hobbies. Now the next point goes into this is curate your social circle. Focus
Yeah,
on nurturing the relationships that are most meaningful and uplifting. A peaceful retirement isn't about isolation. So we don't want people to get that thing, but about spending your valuable time with people who bring you positive energy and support. So
right.
I don't want people to think we're telling you to sit in your home and just don't do anything. You
No.
have your family,
Well,
everybody,
you have
just
to
about
find your
everybody has.
times, right? You got to find those times, but yeah, just the social circle is very important. You know, and you're gonna have a good handful of friends. Like you have a lot of acquaintances, but a good handful of friends, and then, even this is a good time in your retirement and you haven't seen someone in a while, a good time to maybe catch up with them and, to go for coffee or whatever, right? So this is the time
Exactly.
yeah. And, it doesn't have to be every day. I know,
No,
I know people that go once a week with their coffee buddies, right? Hit the Tim
that's right.
Hortons or McDonald's, sit there every week, say Tuesday or Wednesday, and that's it.
And
Or
then,
or they go there once a week to a luncheon or whatever, and yeah, got to
again,
enjoy that
and
time.
all that falls in, right? To,
Yeah,
you
and it's always
cultivate your,
you got something to look forward to, right?
well, exactly.
Yeah,
As we've said in our past, videos, you this is a new chapter in your life.
yeah,
But it's a chapter because the previous chapter was filled with stress every morning. Get up, go, run, go. Got to perform at work. Gonna have they're gonna send a review, this, that. How are you doing? You're not doing. You got to pick up your this. Do more of this. Do more. All that's gone.
yeah,
You're your own you now. You and your spouse, yourself. You're your own you. It's you know, your, as we have said in the last video, your health span is like around 66, 67. So you got to make your life as best as possible because after that point, majority of the people start having some, if you don't already have health issues, they start
yeah,
having health issues. So now is the time to set up a routine for yourself that's calming, that's
yeah,
peaceful. So maybe 67 comes and you're like, okay, I'm still doing okay. I'm still
yeah,
around.
yeah. Again, just you take it year by year or whatever, and just everything's good. Keep going, and just as you go, and just yeah, you got to set a time for some peace and happiness, right? So
Yeah,
uh
families at this point, your family becomes really important. But sometimes you'll even notice that kids grow up and then
well,
they've
they have
moved
their own
out.
lives,
They,
right?
they have
Yeah,
their own lives. Sometimes they don't return texts, calls. They're busy, right? And that's fine.
yeah,
That's how life operates, right?
yeah,
So you have a two or three friends that you can get together with because your kids necessarily aren't going to always be the popping in every day or every second day or every week if they've moved out. If they're,
right.
they're living.
Unless they're close by and you see them quite a bit, sure. But sometimes they're moving across the country because they're working there, right? So
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
even just a 5-minute FaceTime is some downtime to meet. FaceTime is
yeah. No,
awesome nowadays, right?
this is great. Like with the new,
Yeah,
all the phones, you can do FaceTime now. Whether it's your Android or iPhone, whatever, everything has FaceTime.
yeah,
That actually, Paul, that brings down the stress level even more. You can just call anytime, schedule a FaceTime.
yeah,
You don't have to get in the car. You don't have to drive over. Nothing. You just sit there and just chitter chatter, and that's it.
yeah,
You got your
absolutely.
coffee.
Yeah,
So, hopefully, Paul and I have given you guys some points today that can, and we're going to continue to do this. We've already hammered in, we're going to keep talking about our financial stuff. We're going to keep talking about our, that the fact that retirement is a gift. It's your gift to yourself, and for you to, you know, move your life forward at this point the way you want to do it. Before it
right.
was, well, your boss and everybody else, kids crying, running around. That now all that's gone. It's for you
Yeah,
to move forward the way you want to do it.
yeah, yeah. So
Well,
simplify your life.
You know what they say? Take a chill pill. Chill out, man.
Yeah.
Right? So, all right. So I hope everybody enjoyed our talk today. We would really appreciate hearing from you. So make sure you put in the comments how you have simplified your life. Please, we'd really like to hear from you how you've simplified your life, how you have made your life more peaceful. Okay, and please don't forget to hit like. It takes a second. Don't forget to hit subscribe. I know people watch, but they forget about the subscribe part. So please subscribe. Share it with your friends. See what they say. Maybe they can message us saying, "Hey, how they've simplified their lives." And if you have any ideas at all for future podcasts, please let us know. We'll cover them. So
Yeah.
please like, subscribe, share, turn on your notifications, and we'll see you next week. Same place, same
Same
podcast,
time.
same time.
All right.
Bye bye.
Later.